In this lesson, we're going to explore division with two-digit divisors. Our essential question asks, how can you divide with two-digit divisors? Well, let's take a look at how we can do that. Mrs. Appleton's after-school class is creating a mural with tiles. Mrs. Appleton has 252 tiles. She wants to give an equal number of tiles to each of the 12 students in the class. How many tiles will each student get? Well, to answer this question, we're going to need to divide 252 divided by 12. Now, one way that we can divide with two-digit divisors is to draw a quick picture. Remember that when we draw a quick picture, we represent 100 as a square, we represent a 10 as a stick, and we represent a 1 as a dot. Now, to divide this, we have to put 252 into 12 groups. So we're going to draw 12 circles to represent 12 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, we're dividing 252, so I'm going to draw that amount right here. To do that, I'm going to have 2 hundreds, I'm going to have 5 tens, and I'm going to have 2 ones. This value is 252. So I have to divide it evenly among these 12 groups. Well, let's look at step 2. 2 hundreds cannot be shared among the groups without regrouping. So I have to regroup the 200s as 20 tens. So I'm going to take this 100 and I'm going to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to do the same thing with this 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I have 10, 20, 5. I have 25 tens now all together. So I'm going to take these 25 tens and share them among these groups. Let's start doing that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and I have an extra 10 left over. So I'm going to cross off all these 10s and all these 10s, and I'm going to cross off 4 of these 10s. So now I'm left with 1 10 and 2 1s. So how many 10s are in each group? Well, I have 2 10s in each group with 1 10 that didn't fit. So I'm going to say that there are 2 10s in each group. Now I need to regroup the remaining 10s into 1s. Well, I only have 1 10 left, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to cross it off and I'm going to regroup that into 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now there are 10, 11, 12 ones. So I'm going to draw ones to show how to share the ones equally among the 12 groups. Well, I have 12 ones and I have 12 groups, so it looks like I'm going to be able to add 1 1 into each group. That worked out nicely. So I've used all of those up. How many ones are in each group? There's 1. So to find the quotient, or how many tiles each student's going to get, I need to record the numbers of 10s and 1s in each group. Since there are 2 10s and 1 1 in each group, each student is going to get 21 tiles. Now that's one way that you can explore division with two-digit divisors. You can divide by using a quick picture, and that's a great strategy. But sometimes our numbers are pretty large. And so I'm going to show you another way that you can divide with two-digit divisors. Let's look at the problem 2,178 divided by 19. Now, to decide where to place the first digit, we need to estimate. And so I'm going to first estimate my divisor, 19, which is pretty close to 20. So I can estimate this as this 2,178. I could estimate that to be 1,000. Now I could also estimate this to be 2,200 divided by 20. And that would be an accurate estimate to use as well. Now, to do this, I need to think of compatible numbers that work well together. I know that 22 divided by 2 is 11, so 2200s divided by 20 is going to be 11 tens, or 110. In the same way, 2000 divided by 20 is going to be 100, because I know that 20 divided by 2 is 10. Now, let's look at this problem here. Now that we know that our answer, our quotient, is going to be in the hundreds place. Use the estimate to place the first digit in the quotient. Now, the first digit of the quotient will be in the hundreds place, is what we decided based on our estimate. So we're going to put it in the hundreds place. Now, let's look over here at step 2. We're going to divide the hundreds, because that's where we're going to be starting our quotient. Now, we have 2,000s and we have 100. So we need to regroup the 2,000s as 20 hundreds and combine it with the 100 that we already have. So now we're going to divide 21 hundreds and put them evenly into 19 groups. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine 19 groups? And we're going to be putting 21 hundreds into all 19 groups. Well, if we do that, we're going to put 100 in each group, which is going to use up 19 of those hundreds, and we're going to have 2 hundreds left over that aren't going to go into the groups evenly. So the next thing that we're going to do is divide the tens. Remember those 200s that we had left over that we couldn't divide in evenly? Well, we're going to regroup those 200s as 20 tens and combine it with the 7 tens that we already have in our number. Now we're going to divide those 27 tens and put those 27 tens in those 19 groups. Can you imagine those 19 groups again? Imagine 19 circles over here, and we've got 27 ones to put in those groups. Well, if I put 27 tens to put in those groups, if I put 1 10 in each group, that's going to be 19 tens, and I'm going to have 8 tens left over that aren't going to fit evenly into that group, or into those groups. So there's going to be 1 10 in each group, and there are 8 tens left over. Now let's look at step 4, which is to divide the ones. Remember those 8 tens? Well, I'm going to have to regroup those 8 tens and make them 80 ones and combine it with the 8 ones that I already have. So now I have 88 ones that I need to divide evenly into 19 groups. So to do that, I'm going to take my 88 ones, and if you can imagine me putting them into 19 groups, to know how many I'm going to put in each group, if I put 1 in each group, then I'm going to put 1 in each group for 19 groups. I'm going to use up 19 pieces. What if I put 2 in each group? Well, I know that 19 plus 19, or 2 times 19, is going to give me 38. Well, I have 88 pieces, so I have a lot more than I could put in there. So what if I did 4 times 19? That means I would do 38 and another 38 if I put 4 in each group. And so that's going to be 76. And if I have 76, then that's almost my 88 pieces. I've used almost all of my 88 pieces. If I put another 19 in there, that's going to be too many. So it looks like I can only put 4 pieces in each of my 19 groups. And if we look here, there are 4 ones in each group, which is going to give me 7. If I put 4 ones in each group, I'm going to use up 76 of them. And that leaves me with 12 ones left over. So my quotient would be 114, remainder 12. All right, we're going to do one more together to make sure that you have the right idea.